back to Stafford and Matthews, episode 6.5. Yeah, every time we have a .5 show, we have a special guest coming on. And this time we are blessed with my man, Lucky Whitehead, currently of the CFL, Winnipeg Blue Bombers here, Grey Cup champion just last year. First of all, congratulations on that. And better well known as the Dallas Cowboys returner for a couple years now. Lucky, how we doing?
I'm doing great, man. Appreciate y'all boys having me.
Yeah, for sure. That's Chris's dog right there. And it's funny because most of our audience is from New England, so it's kind of funny. You actually made a stop at Dean College in Franklin, which a lot of our viewers will be familiar with. So that's pretty cool to have a former Dean Bulldog in here. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you had a really successful NFL career as a returner primarily. What were your impressions of just bouncing around from kind of college to college and coming into the NFL as an undrafted guy in Dallas and kind of making a big impact for America's team?
For myself, it was like I wanted to sit down and take a moment to just kind of like take it in. But like when I was a rookie and just going into it from JUCO and then being able to go to D1, it was just getting bigger and bigger. And then when I went to the NFL, I didn't go to no Cleveland. I didn't go to, I went to one of the well-known. I mean, obviously all the teams are well-known, but like as far as like media-wise, I was in a big spotlight. You know what I mean? So I had to try to adapt very quick.
Yeah, that makes sense. We've talked. We've had a lot of talks. We've pretty much had the same road of going through junior college, going to a 4-year university, and then trying to get into the NFL. Just tell people about like the mindset and the hard work that has to go in when you're going down that route. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not for the faint of hearts, to be honest with you. Like, you really have to like have a plan and stick with it.
Exactly. So when I went to JUCO, it was a 2-year school. I ended up graduating a semester early. Mm-hmm. I was there for about a year and a half, and I had to go to summer school. So like me being in college, it was like, all right, I'm on like a mission, but at the same time, I still wanted to enjoy myself. I still wanted to go out. I still wanted to have fun, and I was just trying to figuring shit out. Yeah. And then when I started getting offers, it was like, okay, now where we gonna go?
Kind of hit you, huh?
Yeah. So I'm checking out these schools. And at the time, still to this day, you feel me? I hate cold weather, so I don't know how I got to Winnipeg. But I had got an offer from UConn, and that was like my second to last visit. Oh, I lost y'all boys. Okay, I had took a visit to UConn, and it was man, it was freezing out there. Like everything as far as the whole setup, the seats I had, the game, the environment was amazing. Mm-hmm. But I'm literally in halftime. I'm like, yo, I ain't coming here. I'm not coming here. It's over with. Like, this would be cool to be like, yeah, I went to UConn and all that stuff. I'm like, but listen, I looked up right at my mom. I'm like, listen, we can go ahead and go back inside because this ain't it. I got an offer from Florida Atlantic. I went down there, and immediately I fell in love with everything, the scenery, the school, the campus, my visit, and of course the weather was A1. You know what I mean? A1, you know what I mean? Yeah. So my hotel was right on the beach. I was like, yeah, I like this. So
no.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying that's an awesome story, though, too. It's funny how you hate the cold. It's just so funny. And you're obviously from Virginia as well. Is that I'm really bad with the South, kind of. Is that anywhere near Newport News where Mike Vick grew up?
I'm actually in Newport News right now.
No, you're not joking, right? Are you kidding me?
I'm dead ass right now. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Oh, my God. But speaking of which, this is kind of off the cusp here. I wasn't planning to ask this, but you're in Newport News right now. I'm not sure where you grew up was kind of near where Mike Vick was because obviously he's a couple years ahead of you. But do you ever, idolizing him as a kid and kind of seeing him say, like, he's kind of where I'm from. I can make it in the NFL now because I know he's from where I'm from?
All right, well, so I'm from Manassas.
Yeah.
So I'm probably like maybe 2.5, 3 hours away.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Newport News, yeah. So, I mean, obviously I knew about Michael Vick growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only kid that idolized him in his game and just the way he was playing, especially when he played Madden. You know what I mean? Everybody played just because the stuff he was doing on video games, you could just it was a cheat. I mean, obviously he came out with the cleats and everybody wanted Mike Vick cleats and stuff like that. So it was definitely great to see him out there and just balling. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Obviously, so you started your career out at Dean College, All-American, All-Conference honors your first year there. Ended up transferring to FAU after that terrible UConn visit the cold. You don't like the cold no more. That's funny. And then you registered like a pretty decent season so far. Senior year, become this team's starting slot receiver. Return a touchdown your final collegiate game against Old Dominion. And you come into the NFL draft. Well, first of all, let's go before that. How was returning that kick as your final game as a senior? Was that crazy? Was that just psychotic? How was the party after? How was the party after?
I got a story there too.
It's a story.
So Old Dominion's in Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were one of my offers as well. So I took a visit. Everything was cool. The environment obviously was cool. The visit was great. I mean, that's Old Dominion's by a beach as well, by Virginia Beach. So I mean, I was on the water. Food was great. Had some nice seafood. Stuff like that. But for myself, I didn't want to be able to have access to go home. That's the reason I went to Dean College. So I had Dean College. I had Lewisburg. Well, Lewisburg for me is in North Carolina. That's like 3 and some change, maybe 4 hours. It's just still access for me to just get up and be like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Or somebody from home just being able to be like, hey, I want to come over. Like, I want to come visit. So that's why I went to Dean, because it's 8 hours away from me. I didn't have that access to just get up and go. And but yeah, so that play against Old Dominion, it was the last collegiate game. And it wasn't like it was like a easy score. I had broke like at least 6 tackles.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I scored. When I finally scored, I turn around, I see a flag. I'm like, yeah, right. Like, come on. That is the worst. As a returner, that is the worst. Because the block is like somebody that's in the opposite end zone. Like, why are you blocking him back there, bro? So I turn around. It was actually on them. So the score counted. I don't even know if we won or lost that game, but I still was happy as hell. And it was a good time after for myself because I knew what was coming next.
Because why, Lucky?
That's crazy. Because why, Lucky? You didn't go to Old Dominion though. Like, I know I got a couple of homies that went to Old Dominion. Every time they used to come back during break, they'd be like, "Yo, y'all gotta come and check out Old Dominion, boy. They got some little things out there." I'm like, yeah, he had me excited. He was trying to put me on back in the day. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Prentice Gill, but he was trying to put me on. Like, I'm like, yeah, I need to get out there, man.
Yeah.
I already got a couple of them on me.
Yeah. Chris got the juice all over.
Hell no.
I'm done. But going to your rookie year here, after that crazy way to end your college career, you go undrafted and you end up going to the Dallas Cowboys here. And you actually have a pretty impactful rookie season. You have a 79 kickoff return against Philadelphia Eagles and a 46-yard kickoff return against the Washington Redskins, set up a game-winning field goal in that game against the Redskins here. You were a very diverse playmaker when it came in the NFL, especially in the CFL now, especially too. You have a returner status. You ran the ball a little bit. You have receiving status. Talk about the diversity of your gameplay and how you can affect the game at a ton of different levels.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I mean, a lot of people, especially, I mean, Chris knows when you go to the NFL, they're like, okay, don't become a gadget guy, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, as far as when I got to Dallas, I didn't have much opportunity, you know what I mean, to be a receiver. Yeah, I had some great guys in front of me, obviously with Cole Beasley being the starter. That was kind of like a mentor to me. So I was kind of learning from him. You know what I mean? So I mean, obviously he did a lot of stuff that I couldn't do, but I did a lot of things that he couldn't do. And that's when my jet sweeps came into play. And it's funny because you watch it. I mean, for myself, I watch it now, and I just watched other people do jet sweeps, and people were like, "Why are they not successful?" I mean, it's honestly not natural. You know what I mean? It gotta be natural.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta know when you could just put your foot in the ground and go vertical. You gotta know when you can circle the defense. And that for myself, I got a knack for it. You know what I mean? I've been doing it since high school. We ran the spread offense, but the return game is, it's like as a speed guy, you got to be able to just not only catch kick returns but catch punts. But when I went to the NFL, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. My first practice, I dropped the first 3 punts.
Really?
And I not in the game, in practice. It's practice.
Yeah.
That's still big though.
Right. and I'm undrafted, so I'm losing my mind, Chris. I'm losing my shit. So I'm back there, and I had Chris Jones. He was playing left footer, and when I say he was smashing these, he was kicking the hell out of these fucking punts, yo. I'm just like, I'm trying to set up, but like the ball wasn't dropping where I was standing.
Right.
And like a college punt and an NFL punt was next level.
Right.
Whether you're a senior or not, it was just next level. Like the height, the length, like everything was just a little different for me. So I had to adjust. So I'm back there and I'm like, he's kicking these shits not out of bounds, but it's like right here. So I'm just like, some of them I'm looking at it, but it's landing inbounds. Some of them I'm just like not in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you guys know, but my boy, he went to Virginia Tech. His name's Ryan Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He was with Dallas at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when I was coming in, he was just kind of, like, taking me under his wing, like, this is how it is. So as he's watching me, he like, yo, I dropped the third one. He was like, yo, just relax.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? This is what you do. And I was like, you right. So, and this, like, after practice, I'm not just dropping these during. So once practice was over, I mean, all this stuff, he was like, just relax. And I'm like, cool. So, I mean, I caught my next 5.
There we go.
And then for myself, the game started to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as practice-wise. So it wasn't too big for me. I was like, okay, I belong here.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's funny because you bring up slowing the game down. You talk about reverses and jet sweeps, which is really taking over the NFL right now. But it's kind of an interesting little switch here. You see a lot of bigger-bodied guys taking these reverses, like A.J. Brown, like N'Keal Harry, right? But then you have guys like you and guys like Tavon Austin who are probably better suited to running those footballs because you have a better agility package, you have a better move package, you have better really everything when it comes to taking those jet sweeps around. So it's funny that you talk about the reverse game. But it's funny.
You see why I'm not talking. I ain't got never.
I think I still hold the record for the Cowboys for like the most I think rushing attempts for a receiver.
That's pretty dope. No, that's pretty dope.
That's extremely dope right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's on America's team right there.
Right. Yeah.
The team that everybody is paying attention to. I remember back this is back in junior college in practice. It wasn't in game. Coach gave me a jet sweep and I'm like, are you sure? Like, are you sure you want I'm like, all right, bet. I catch the ball. I'm grabbing the ball the wrong way. I'm putting it down, running down, and all I see is this big-ass defensive lineman running the same speed I'm running. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do here? I don't know nothing. I didn't know nothing about it. So that feeling part that you're talking about, I can definitely understand where you're coming from with that because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just ran into him and I was just, trying to be an athlete. Like, let me stick my arm out or something, get in here.
Yeah,
for sure, man. But hey, so tell me, so not just special teams though, because I do remember, watching you, bro. When you finally got on the field on offense, man, you was out there making plays out there as well, man. Tell me the process of getting the trust, your trust from your from your teammates and your coaches to allow you to get on that field and actually contribute to the offense.
For myself, it was a lot of. If I was coming in, most of the teams know. You already know as far as the homework and scouting and
Yeah.
the reports. But I was coming in, I was doing dirty work, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that, I had to block linebackers. I had to block defensive ends.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm 178, 179, soaking wet. You feel me? So, like, every time I did it, it was like, all right, put your fucking mouthpiece in, and let's get it popping. You feel me? So one time we played Seattle.
Yeah.
And I had to block Bruce Irvin was on the end.
Yeah, he was a beast.
And it was a pitch coming to the outside. And I'm running, like I had to do one of like my motion. So it was like a fake jet sweep. So I was doing the motion, but I had to time it up to where he says hike and I cracked the DN. But I'm like, okay, I cannot I gotta crack him, but I can't stop my feet.
Yeah.
Because if I stop my feet, he running through me, he running through Zeke. That's what he gonna do. I'm trying to time it up to where I really like I'm still running and I'm running downhill and I get a good lick.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So
I try to time it up, and as I'm timing it up, I start leaning a little bit to the line, and they say hike. So they call it, but I listen, Chris. He did a whole 360. All right, Zeke broke for like 40 yards, and I'm hyped, but I'm like, damn, that shit coming back, yo. Because every time I hit somebody, it was just like I did a crack on Julius Peppers. Mm-hmm. Julius Peppers been in the league for years.
Right. Absolutely.
So like I'm standing there, and like as soon as they say hike, I just cut him. And I'm like, so he go down, and I'm just like, obviously he way taller than me.
Yeah.
And we both get up, and I'll just look at him. He look at me, but mind you, I can't see his eyes because he got the smoke out.
The dark shield on.
And I'm excited because I'm like, I'm low key a fan.
Right.
But at the same time, we on the same level, yo. So I'm not about to say nothing. I'm just looking at him like, he just crack a smile and walk away.
Hey, it's the creepiest smile ever, dog. It's the creepiest smile ever, bro.
Dude,
I
just
literally
crack
had
a smile, walk away.
I had the same type of feeling as well, bro. We went up there to Green Bay, cold as hell, and they had us on a pitch sweep, and we was like in a bunch formation, close to the line. And I was a point man. They was like, all right, you got to crack down on the defensive end. Of course, it's Julius Peppers, right? So I'm sitting up there. I'm switching my feet. I kid you not. If you watch the film, like you watch the game, I'll switch my feet at least 3 times before we snap the ball. Like, I'm like, okay, which side is my powerful side? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm acting like I didn't know how to block a day in my life, right? Finally heist the ball. Boom. I hit the dude. Well, tried to hit the dude. Julius Peppers grabs me by both of my shoulder pads, bro, picks me up, moves me over, and puts me back down. It was a flag on the play. That's why he was able to do all this. And then taps me on the head and gives me that same smile, bro, like, and then walks off on me. I'm like, bro, I'm 220 pounds out here. Like,
right.
He just lifted me like I was a little kid. I felt like a bitch, to be honest with you. Like, no lie.
He sunned you a little bit, Chris. He sunned you a little bit.
He definitely did, bro. I was hot, but like, what can you say? That's Julius Peppers, bro. Like,
I'm about to say, no.
Legend.
Yeah, you're right. Lucky, I have a question just for people who wouldn't know here. You mentioned Chris Jones, left-footed kicker here, and I have a question about that. When it comes off the foot there, when it spins, is there a difference between catching it when it's off a right-footed punter versus a left-footed punter? Because I know receiving-wise it's different when they pass it.
Yeah, it's much different. I feel like left-footed just got more control.
Really?
They can do more things as far as where they put the ball. You know what I mean? And with Chris, that's why I was able to as far as when I went against anybody else in the league, it wasn't hard because he would give me everything that I needed to get.
Right.
As far as the knuckle punts, turnovers, when the ball would just go straight in the air and just drop, you know. So I knew when the ball was going too far and I needed to run, or I knew if I needed to hurry, run up and go get it. And that was a big thing when I was in Dallas. He was like, no matter where the ball is, don't let the ball touch the ground. And it's just because we're trying to save yards. So, like, if it was a super short punt, go get it. You know what I mean? And you want to get a penalty. You know what I mean? Try to just finesse ways. So some people – so, like, I know when Cole used to go back there, he would, like – he knew the ball would be a little short, but he'll stand somewhere. And as a defender if a defender comes in your face, you step up and bump him because the ball's going to be right there.
Yeah.
Now you get a penalty. You know what I mean? So, and then if the ball hits them, you can still pick it up and run.
Right.
Stuff like that. So, like, if the ball ever touched another defender, like the opposite team, I was taught, like, he would tell us to just go pick it up because it doesn't matter if I fumble no more.
Right.
Because we get the ball no matter what.
Right.
So tell me this, because I know a lot of people don't know the rules about CFL and the special teams out there. So
I'm still learning that shit.
Tell me, bro, how, like, do you think it's easier catching punts in the CFL as opposed to the NFL, or is it the opposite way around? Because I know in the CFL you get that 5-yard halo. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't get inside that 5-yard halo. But in my head, I'm thinking, like, okay, I would much rather them, like, trying to, like, time up hitting me rather than just sitting back and waiting. You know what I'm saying? And I got to try to make a move. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell us how much different it is for you and how you picked up on it.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. I definitely rather somebody just try to come blow me up and me just try to time with the catch and move. Because normally in the NFL, if that first person misses, if you're not dancing as much, you're gonna get it's a good return. You know what I mean? But that halo rule, I mean, it helps just because you're safe, you're secure back there, you're not gonna get blown up. But at the same time, it's like a circle around you. I mean, you can't fair catch it. So I mean, you kind of just gotta catch it and get down. You can try to make something happen if you lose ground, and that just depends on your comfort level, with your speed. You know what I mean, and what your coach will let you do. You know what I mean? For myself, when I was in Winnipeg, I didn't get as many punt returns, and that's because we had a great returner in Janarian.
Yeah.
And they didn't want obviously for me to get injured at the time. And I used to get pissed at the defense sometimes because, like, only way I was getting a punt return if they was backed up.
Right.
So if a team is backed up, the punter got to get him out that hole. So he has to kick a good kick.
Right.
Yeah.
So that means I'm gonna get a good return.
Yeah.
And every time I thought I was about to go back there, they get a first down. Now I ain't getting it.
Right.
But it's definitely a difference. But for myself, I enjoy punt returns more than I do kick returns, just because everyone knows who's getting the ball. Everyone knows where it's going. You know what I mean? So it's like all eyes on you. Now let's get it.
Fair enough. I like that mentality as well. Speaking of which, for the CFL stuff, last year, obviously Grey Cup champion. Congratulations again, by the way. I want to talk about your breakout game here. Week 3, you catch 7 passes for 155 yards.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, and a couple scores. What was that feeling like, finally getting that legitimacy? Like, hey, like, I belong on this stage. I'm showing everyone in the NFL that they were wrong about me, and that's why I'm here right now. What was your mentality going out of that game?
Look, I better get some praise right now.
I'm about to say exactly what you said.
I helped on one of those plays.
Yeah, you was in on the screen too, right?
Yeah.
So, that whole situation, just being able to catch the ball and just obviously catch and run was great. But on the deep pass, Chris, right before that, I think it was a timeout, but we were on the bench, and or no, I think it was after the screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
You was like the other play coming up, because everybody we knew was gonna run that stop and go. But Chris told me he's like, at the top, have a plan. And I was like, all right, cool. And I quit it. And we got in the huddle. Quarterback said to
the stop and go. The stop and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told the O lineman to hold him up. Because if we get some time here, it's gonna be a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And we break the huddle, and it's funny because that guy that was guarding me, I don't even think it was coming to me, but it was on a whole nother play. I think we were running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And his exact words, "Yo, this is crazy. I used to play with you on Madden." His exact words. So I'm like, yo, I got him. He gonna bite for this stop and go. Like,
yeah,
he gotta bite.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
He not even playing football right now. He messing around. Fucking Madden.
He's on PlayStation 3 over here. That's about
right. Like he really
so
was like
funny.
his exact words, and I was like, yo, we gotta like call that shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just being able to get all those, just the targets and, just my quarterback, my teammates, just having that faith in me, because they see me in practice. The energy is up there, every time. And I try to find a way to find enjoyment when I'm out there. And when I got to Canada, after the first game and just figuring it out, because, I got there, I got thrown in. The first game, I was still kind of, just trying to fill it out, because we practice. Oh, shit. We practice, but hold on. I done hit the lock button on y'all. We practice, but it's not the same as a game and going against somebody else. But once I got the feel of it, and it
was a wrap.
And got that open up feeling, it was on after that. But then they started double teaming. So
you gotta lay off, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we only have about 9 minutes left here because of Zoom here. But I wanted to ask about one thing, two things before we finish up here. Number one, obviously, you played with Tony Romo for a couple of years there. I'm sure you guys are pretty close, or were very close during your playing time here. He's made the transition to commentating very, very seamlessly. What do you think of seeing your former quarterback in the booth?
Yeah.
Oh, me. Doing the same thing around here.
A little different.
Yeah. It's crazy just to, hear him. He calls out plays. He knows everything that's going on. He's super smart.
Immediately.
Super, super smart. When I was playing with him, actually, you can never take your eyes off of Tony, because he would change a play and snap the ball at the same time. Legit. He's snapping the ball and will give you a signal. It's like, and if you did not run that route, he would chew your ass out, obviously. And it's just like, you wouldn't see it until you watch film. It's like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, he gave me a signal, but it's like, I just turned my head, but you can't.
Right.
And it was just crazy, the stuff that he knew. But, it was a privilege and definitely an honor, to just get that knowledge from him.
Definitely. And one more thing before we go here. Obviously, Tony Romo was succeeded by Dak Prescott after an injury in Seattle. And Dak Prescott recently went down with his own serious ankle injury. First, I want your thoughts about his injury, but secondly, about his contract situation, considering especially this injury playing a factor, and whether or not you think it's actually going to translate into a contract that he deserves.
I think it's bullshit. Personally. I think he's definitely proven himself, showed himself, is giving his all. It's just a tough situation. Prayers to him, and I just wish for a speedy recovery, because you hate to see former teammates, opposite teammates. You hate to see people go down. For myself, I definitely hate to see it, because I know I'm personally. I've been around you personally. I know what kind of man you are. And just the numbers he was putting up, the past between week 1 until 4. We're week 6 now, and he's still leading in passing yards.
Right.
I mean, just the way he leads and carries himself, for him not to get what he's asking for is just absurd. Just, absolutely. I mean, what you see other quarterbacks getting paid, and I mean, obviously, what he's done year in and year out, it's like, what else you need me to do? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, for myself, I just hope he gets what he's asking for, and I hope they don't try to blackball him because he got hurt. You know what I mean? So just all we can do is wish and pray, but I just hope he comes back even stronger, which I know he will.
Definitely
Absolutely.
a minor.
I was saying that same thing, but thinking about it, Joe, couple nights now, like I think if anything, if he's gonna get that contract that he deserves, I think it'll be with somebody else and not with Dallas.
How about the New England Patriots?
Oh, here you go.
I'm playing.
You just can't help
Here
yourself.
I'm playing. Literally. Shit. Here we go again. But anyway, Lucky, we appreciate you coming on the show. Great guys. Hope we actually have you on soon again. Maybe talk some more NFL stuff. But again, appreciate you coming on the show. Chris, any final thoughts?
No, man. Luck, man, you already know how it is, bro. I appreciate you, man. I love you, bro. And stay away from them glizzies, man.
Listen, I was just about to call you a Glock monster, man. I appreciate you having me, dog. This shit, hey, yo, yeah, definitely bring me back on, yo, because I got some more stuff we can talk about, chop it up about Dallas, man, because man, you already know.
No, we're getting paid. We get you back on for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, we gotta get into the back end. We just talked about a little bit of the front end. We gotta get to the back end.
All right. We're officially on the campaign to get Lucky Whitehead back in the NFL. That'd be awesome. Anyway,
absolutely.
Stafford and Matthews, episode 6.5. Lucky, thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
All right, y'all, man.